Buckle up for another episode of Ghostfacers, a supernatural rewatch podcast. My name is Richard. Sitting shotgun, as always, is my brother in podcasting, Reed.
Bring, bring.
Oh,
bring, bring.
Hold on, I just gotta get this.
Bring, bring.
Hello?
Hey,
I told you to stop calling.
Richard, it's your dad.
I can't, look, I can't. I have a wife.
What are you wearing?
I've got a wife, and we can't keep doing this. It's wrong.
What are you wearing? I died in Korea.
Let's get into this.
Ghostfacers! We're facing ghosts! We're others, we're not! We're ghosts! Ghostfacers! Stay in the kitchen when the kitchen gets hot! Ghostfacers! We're facing nightmare! We're facing dread! Ghostfacers! We're facing faceless! We're facing dead!
Welcome to Ghostfacers. Today we're discussing Season 3, Episode 14, Long Distance Call.
Yeah. Just because I made that call. Oh, listen, baby, I'm sorry.
What?
Want to tell you, don't worry. The Call, Backstreet Boys. You don't remember that one? It's a whole song where the premise is he's calling to lie to his partner that he's not cheating on them.
Was there a music video for it?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Huh. Was this like the turn of the century kind of
This is Black and Blue. It's the album after Millennium.
Oh God, yeah. No, I was way out of it by then.
Shape of My Heart is on Black and Blue. That's a classic Backstreet Boys song too.
Yeah, I'm out of it.
Crazy.
This episode
That was a joke for no one. I can't believe that. That's insane.
Yeah. You're right. I don't know why you said it.
Word association. That's just how I do the podcast.
It's called comedy, baby.
Right? You just say whatever is in your head, no matter whether or not someone is talking.
Yeah, and at the end of 7 years, someone will give you a
way out
a diagnosis. Yeah, based on all of your free word association, this is your problem.
Yeah.
Kill yourself. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, that's the way out.
Just because I made that call. Oh.
This episode aired May 1st, 2008.
Yeah. Mayday.
Is that what the...
Yeah, but whatever.
What a weird... This is what happens when you have a Chardonnay hangover.
I had one glass of wine. You think I'm hungover?
It was more than one glass. It just was in one glass.
I'm not hungover. But it is weird that we were recording very late last night and also right now this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right, because we're good at doing this.
Oh, yes.
This episode was written by Jeremy Carver. I barely... No.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Well, it's a good thing that we're in such a spooky month.
Yeah, oh, that's right. He wouldn't even have to... If he worked on The Simpsons, he wouldn't have to change his name.
That's right, yeah.
It'd just be Carve.
Yeah.
We just literally just add an H after V.
Yeah, Carver.
Yeah,
exactly.
Spooky.
Exactly.
Directed by, of course, who else is Jeremy Carver going to work with?
It's got to be Kim Manners, right?
It's actually Robert Singer, the other one.
Shit. Okay.
I know.
Sorry.
I set you up to make you fail.
Oh, buddy, why?
Viewed by an estimated. So last week we were at 2.22.
Last week was low, yeah. So this is estimated 67 people.
It's such a sharp drop off. 2.63 million viewers.
All right.
So slight
back up.
Yeah. But again, at the end of our seasons, we find we're always a little bit lower because it's like people are like, I haven't been watching all season.
Yeah.
Like, you're only really getting the dedicated fans of the people who aren't like behind.
That last one was a big drop though, because we were hovering around 3,
yeah.
and then to drop like 800,000 was like significant.
Especially because if you've heard of Supernatural but don't really get what it is, and then see that, you're like, that's what?
Yeah.
I maybe bomb in for the spooky stuff, but this is ridiculous.
Well, yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
So, 2.63 million viewers.
Okay.
But maybe there's a reason why this did slightly better, but still not great. So let's maybe.
Are you saying that because you have a reason, or I see. We're doing.
We always the thing that I do every single
segment. Yeah,
week.
I remember.
Yeah, my setup.
I'm with it.
Jesus Christ, I'm cool. I'm with it.
Yeah. TikTok.
You are on there. God, you're so young. All right, let's watch the promo. So,
They use a lot of clips from old episodes that have John in there.
yeah, I wonder what this episode's going to be about.
Why no, but they don't even really use those
Show
clips
this
in the
episode. It's just like, hey, you remember that guy? He's on Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
They got a call. Maybe
Do
it's
you
from
love
him.
Denny?
Yeah. Yeah, this is all the Denny
Wake
you
up
can.
call, got you in the morning.
Okay.
It's another song about a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's,
8675309.
I'm making fun of you, but I may be doing something very similar not that far from now.
Wait, really? Great minds, baby.
Yes. So, some international titles for this episode.
Right. So this is called Long Distance Call.
Yeah, shares its name with a Muddy Waters song.
Right.
Not necessarily pulled from that, but it's of note.
Yeah.
So, I would say almost everybody got this pretty dang close.
Oh, yeah. I guess long distance calls exist other places.
Yeah, that's where they come from, is long
Yeah.
distances.
Yeah.
Ha!
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
We're going to bust this thing wide open.
Yeah.
So, right beginning with the person who got it, not the person. The
person.
yeah, the person.
Juan in Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
You did it. You win.
The country that got it the closest, or the language that got it the closest, actually is Hungary. It's the Hungarians got it.
Oh, see, that actually unnerves me more. That feels like now we've done it wrong. Like we shouldn't be calling it long distance. Like if we're lined up with them, with
Wrong.
those freaks in
Yeah.
Hungary.
I think we do well in Hungary.
Oh shit! I'm so with those
Geniuses.
shit. Yeah.
Great people
Uh-oh.
of Hungary.
Now we're gonna have the 800,000 drop off.
God, I wish we could have that kind of drop off. Because that means we were there. The Hungarian title is
You said it's long distance call. They got it right.
It's
yeah.
long distance call.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't know. Maybe it was slightly different, but it was the closest.
You said it was. They got it exactly.
I didn't think you listened to me. The Brazilian title is the long distance.
Could be anything though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a
Could
measurement.
just be a general feeling of longing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 30 feet. It's really relative to what you think the
Yeah.
long distance is.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
The German title is just long distance.
Okay. Does anyone call it like ghost phone or something like that?
No.
Oh man, come on, countries.
Come on, the world. This is what we're saying, though. Is clearly we got it wrong.
Jesus.
Should have been Ghost Phone. But we've got, Ghost Rider, like that great TV show.
Oh, not the Nick Cage movie?
No. Writer, not Rider.
He's a ghost writer. He's a ghost writer.
But who got it the least accurate?
I mean, I don't even know what that means if they're not that far off. Like, they're just calling it like.
Well, no, this one is pretty far off.
Oh, okay.
There was one that got it like way off the mark.
Daddy's calling.
But do you know what the country is first?
Oh, shit. Finland. We haven't heard from Finland in a long time.
You're right. No, it's the French title.
Oh, okay. Is it Daddy's calling?
It's weird, yeah. I mean, that would make sense for France.
Yeah.
It's un papa.
Yeah. You have a call from, how you say, Daddy?
Not un papa, no.
Well, no, I was doing the whole thing in English.
Oh, okay.
And also, papa is not the, like, well, whatever.
We're so good at this today.
Père is the word for father. You could say papa, like daddy. I don't actually know what you would say for daddy as opposed to just dad.
Yeah. Come on, what's
Yeah, hey, French listeners, how do you say daddy?
Yeah, just take a video of yourself saying it and send
In
it.
French.
Yeah.
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 Send it.
For science. For
Please.
this episode that's already
Please.
there's a TikTok account I should show you. So the French title is Rejoin Me.
Okay. I get it. That feels like a mistranslation back from French.
It's Rejoin Moi.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean. Like, yeah, I get it because it's riffing on the "come to me" thing that happened to the episode.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a Yeah, that's a little translation goof. But yeah, rejoin me. Interesting.
So, those are the international titles this week.
Well, that was fucking lame. You're on notice, nations of the world.
Yeah, get your shit together. Give us some goofy titles.
Yeah, for a show that aired 13 years ago.
Remember, we've got some long titles heading down. The
that's
Fall Out
true.
Boy seasons are
That's true. I just got to be patient.
Yeah. So there is no featured music this week.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's weird how rarely I notice when watching, like, except when it's, like, really specific.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I really noticed last week because it's, like, not part of the setup of the documentary, and then you hear it playing when they pull up in the car.
Yeah.
I often don't realize when there isn't.
But when it is, you're like, hey,
yeah,
check out that song.
That's funny.
So, TV Guide describes this episode as Dean gets a mysterious phone call that appears to be from his dad. From his daddy. Oh, daddy, why are you calling so late?
Oh, no.
Explaining how to get out of the deal. He decides to follow the advice, despite the fact that Sam doesn't believe it was really John on the line. So, I want to talk a bit about the sort of setup of this episode before we get into it.
Yeah.
There's also an episode with the same title as this from 1961 and a similar story from The Twilight Zone.
Oh, okay.
In which a boy talks to his dead grandmother on a toy telephone.
Right.
So, same title.
Right.
There is also an episode that shares a name with a short story by author Richard Matheson, author of I Am Legend, which appeared in his short story collection Shock. In the story, a woman called by her deceased husband when a telephone wire is blown down onto his grave, because that's how science works. The story was made into a Twilight Zone episode in 1963, but was named Night Call as Long Distance Call was already used.
Right, yeah.
The theme of the dead calling their living relatives is similar to the 1986 movie Making Contact, in which a kid, Joey, develops telekinetic abilities, making his toys float. His red toy telephone suddenly starts ringing. He's receiving calls from his dead father.
So,
well-trodden territory.
It is a trope, yeah.
Yeah. I think I didn't even think about, but I'm like, yeah, Twilight Zone.
I mean, I guess you could
twice,
but you could also make the argument like The Ring.
Yeah,
has like an element of that because after you watch the video, you get the call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it's out there. Yeah, the idea of the ghost phone.
And then people got caller ID, and then they had to be like, it's Mr. Ghost. Calling from Mr. Ghost.
Hello.
Woo.
I'm Mr. Ghost.
But yeah, that is the sort of setup for today's episode. Before we get into our thoughts on it, let's open up Dad's journal and learn about some of the real-world lore on today's monster.
Holy shit.
I get to say it again.
Yeah, let's see what the lore says about croccata.
Ooh, it sounds like a delicious brunch.
Yes, croccata monsieur.
Yeah. Some ham, some Swiss. Delicious.
Yeah, croccata. This is a really interesting one. So it's a cryptozoological creature.
Do you ever put something shiny on the ground with a piece of string, and then you put a cage down, and you're like croccata, because you caught a crow. It's something shiny. That crow is kata.
Yeah, that's also when it's like practicing its martial arts. It's a crow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we're talking cryptozoology. It's a creature that is said to originate both in lore from Ethiopia and India.
Okay.
So some general stuff about it. They tend to make their lairs in caves or like abandoned buildings. They like to pick off herd animals. They don't exclusively hunt humans. It has the body of an extremely large dog, the head of a hyena, which is technically also a large dog, cloven hooves.
Wow, this feels like it's a Halloween episode for us.
It's meant to be striped or spotted like a tiger or a hyena.
Sure.
sometimes they're depicted with sharp teeth. Sometimes they're not depicted with teeth, but with just like crushing bones in their mouth.
Oh.
Some later medieval accounts kind of confused the idea of the animal further, and they added in like lion features, like almost verging on making it like
A liger?
a liger or a griffin or like
okay.
things like that. So, fun fact. The Latin taxonomical name for a hyena is Crocuta crocuta, and it was taken from the name of this mythological creature.
Did you ever see a crow with a sundress? That's a crocuta.
Come on, man. She's just trying to live her life. It's not for you. Ugh.
That's a different thing.
So, a crocata has the ability to mimic human speech. It'll pretend to be someone in trouble to lure people.
Shiver me timbers.
Well, it's funny that you do a parrot thing because it's not meant to be an indication of intelligence. It's not like this is an animal that could
just mimicry
converse with.
Yeah,
but it's mimicry. It's like a parrot. But it's also like it's meant to be like, because it's mimicry like a parrot, it's meant to be kind of short things. It'd be names or maybe some personal info, or just call for help. Like, think of how they even did it with the Wendigo episode in season 1. Like that.
Help
me.
Yeah.
Like, which was so fucking creepy in that episode.
Yes.
God, that episode's good. It is thought there was some thought that maybe crocata have some form of telepathy, though, due to the fact that they mimic voices of people known to the victims, or they maybe know the victim's name or personal info or things like that. It's not just that they're sneaking around and overhear it. It was like a thought that maybe they could just know things. They were like,
"You're a disappointment, Dad."
Yep, right up front there.
Yeah.
They'll also, if they're not like hunting people or animals, they'll dig up dead bodies to feed on. There are some historical accounts that claim that the eyes of crocata are actually striped gems that could give you the power of foresight if you place them under your tongue.
Whoa. That's a very specific thing.
Yeah. That is, I think, from a Roman account. And then there's also, apparently crocata were brought to Roman arenas. There are a couple of different Roman accounts of crocata. 2 different emperors are credited with introducing the animal to Roman arenas. In a historical, like a natural historical account by Pliny, he describes a sort of hypnotic or magical ability of the crocata, which is that any animal that looks at it 3 times is rooted to the spot.
Wow.
Or that dogs are struck dumb if a crocata's shadow crosses over it.
Is that what happened to my dog, Earl?
I mean, yes.
Makes so much more sense.
There's also, sometimes you hear these accounts of something called a lurocata, and that tends to incorporate some of the lion imagery. So here's a description of a lurocata, I think also from Pliny. The swiftest of all beasts, about the size of an ass. Woo. Great big ass! With a stag's haunches, a lion's neck, tail, and breast, badger's head, cloven hoof, mouth opening right back to the ears, and ridges of bone in place of rows of teeth. This animal is reported to imitate the voices of human beings. Apparently steel weapons can't hurt a crocata. That's, I think, just from a very couple of sources.
Yeah.
Apparently modern crocata sightings in North America tend to only exist in Texas and Oklahoma.
What?
Very specific. The most interesting thing about it, though, is they also, another thing about crocatas, they said they could like switch genders. Like every other year they would change from male to female. It would make them hard to like distinguish, and they could give birth without having to mate, like that sort of stuff. And
is that why those 2 red states are constantly talking about it?
Uh-oh.
This is what the left wants.
They want crocatas.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Hillary Clinton's a crocata.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah.
that gender switching thing is also just, I think, part of the general myth and sort of like lore of hyenas in like cultures where hyenas exist. And the more you look at the stuff that they ascribe to a crocata, it kind of sounds more and more like a sort of bastardized version of what a hyena is.
Yeah.
You know, the human mimicry thing, like hyenas very famously, like their laugh is weirdly human sounding. You know,
So it's just like my wife
oh god,
laughing at me at my small dick.
yeah, but it wasn't just a hyena; it was a monster.
Yeah.
It knew about my wife.
Yeah.
Also, like the grin thing, the
Yeah,
mouth opening,
yeah,
like to
yeah.
the ears, like of the fact that even like literally they say it has a hyena's head, hyena's spots, like
Body of a dog, though, so it's not a hyena.
right, like a lot of it is like, and the fact that they used the word crocata to name
Yes.
the hyena in real life, like I think there's a lot of blending of sort of the myth and lore and legend of hyenas themselves with something slightly darker and scary. I mean, hyenas are known to dig up bodies and stuff like that too. Like, so crocata and hyenas are actually very like meshed together.
Is there a hyena problem in Utah?
Or in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe that's like a Tiger King scenario.
There we
Bunch
go.
of hyenas got out.
Yeah, now we understand.
That was Oklahoma, wasn't it?
Yeah. All right. Well, is that it?
That's it.
Wow. Well, then let's get into today's episode. All right. That's it for this week. Say goodbye, bitch.
Jerk.
No, we can't. We got to talk about this. We've got thoughts. Let's start with the then. Dean dying. We get a lot of the sort of like the impending doom.
Yeah, about his deal and all that shit.
We get some shots of their dad.
Yeah.
Taking care of Sammy.
We get some stuff about like how Sam was like withholding the info about the other demon and shit like that. Like the stuff from Ruby from Juice and Bellow.
Exactly. We get drops a couple information about Lilith and the demon deals.
Yeah.
And that's sort of just a recap of the season and sort of the impact that at the end of the day, we know that we're heading towards the grave right now. So we got to figure out what's going on. So that is the then. The now. We begin with a nervous man drinking in his living room. Been there.
I'm always nervous.
Yeah.
Especially in my own house.
But yeah. I mean, that's where all the thoughts come from.
Yeah, but this guy's a real piece of shit. So.
Yeah, fuck that guy. He's balding.
Oh no. That's not really what I meant by that. But
yeah. Suddenly his phone rings. It has a caller ID of SHA33. SHA33.
Yeah.
He answers and tells the person on the other end, who he calls Linda, that she can't keep calling. She begs him to come to her. He hangs up and she calls again. And he tells her to leave him alone before hanging up. It's weird that they were able to do this dramatic retelling of you and Domino's on the phone.
How dare you?
I can't. I've got a wife.
I haven't ordered Domino's in like over a year.
And they've noticed.
I'm a Pizza 73 man now.
Oh, yeah. That's why Domino's is calling. They're like, come to me.
Yeah, that's why. No, I can't cheat on Pizza 73.
Yeah,
yeah, so it's like, he's like, you have to stop calling, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, don't you love me? And he's like, more than anything, but my wife. And you're like, oh, you piece of shit.
Yeah. So she calls again, and he rips the phone out of the wall.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, that's where I'm getting no pizza now.
Why the pizza thing?
I don't know. A balding guy desperately on the phone. I don't know.
Why does bald equal fat to you? Is it just because you spent a lot of time with me and I am both of those things?
I mean, yeah. I think we busted this thing wide open.
Good Lord.
But the phone rings anyway, even though it's pulled out of the wall.
Uh-oh.
Finally.
Ghost phone.
In despair, he pulls out a gun, puts it under his chin, and shoots.
Yes. Yeah. He says like, fine, Linda, you win.
Yeah.
I'm
coming.
I'm coming. Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, and he kills himself.
Yeah.
We get a great classic supernatural blood splatter on the white phone. It's really good. Really like that.
Yeah. Love it. And that is the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
We now go to Dean on the phone.
I'm just thinking about it now. We'll get to it later in the episode, but I'm realizing now that opening scene doesn't make sense.
Interesting.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Okay. Dean's on the phone on a bench outside a university. Sam comes over and says the professor doesn't know crap. Dean tells him that Bobby told him about a possible case in Ohio. Phones going haywire, computers flipping on and off. Sam says they're already on a case. His. Dean says they're chasing their own tails and he would like to do this job. He hates Sam's idea of summoning Ruby, admitting to him that she told him that she can't save him anyway. So he finally admits this because basically Sam is like, well, like, we've got options. Why don't we reach out to? And he's like, no. He was like, we're not reaching out to Ruby. Like,
yeah.
But it's not going to work. And he's like, how do you know it's not going to work? And he's like, because she already told me she can't save me.
Yeah. And then Sam's like, you're keeping secrets from me? And Dean's like,
who's been keeping secrets?
We've had a few episodes without the brother fight, and it's back.
Yes.
It's back, baby.
That's right. So they decide. Sam's like, fine, and he leaves. And he's like, where are you going? He's like, well, I'm going to going to Ohio.
Fucking Ohio.
Yeah. So
sometimes, like, I know it's not the point, but sometimes when lines like that happen in the show, it feels like the show's saying Ohio sucks.
Yeah. That's true.
I guess we're going to Ohio.
If you have to drag me there, I guess. Sam and Dean are now driving to Milan, Ohio. They talk to the wife of the man who shot himself. She tells him that the phone was ripped out of the wall. Sam takes a look at the phone, getting the number.
Yeah.
She admits...
Yeah, he looks back through, like, whatever, call history or whatever.
Exactly.
It's such an old phone that I'm like, I don't even know what he's doing.
Here's the thing I thought of...
I don't know how he's pulling any of this up. And also, it's still unplugged, isn't it?
Yeah. Or maybe they plugged it back in.
But whatever.
I have this thing still that, like, when I hear, like, that type of phone ring on a show, there's a thing that still comes up in the back of my head that's like, someone better answer that phone. Like...
Right.
Or that I'm worried if the dogs are going to bark, or, like, it's this weird, like...
Well, I mean, I will say, certainly in the context of that scene that we saw with the guy, it's like, it's night, it's like 11:30 at night. Like, we see the clock and shit.
Yeah.
And he's just, like, letting the phone ring. And I'm like, if you're worried about your wife finding out, you're doing a bad job.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's
I'll
true.
just let this ring a bunch. And, like, hopefully she'll also pick up and hear whatever.
Well,
the
yeah,
fuck
that's
I'm
the
saying
other
to
thing,
Linda,
right?
Which was also the, like, the hazard of...
Yeah.
of landline phones.
But I still have that, like, weird feeling where it's like, oh, somebody better answer that phone. Like, that thing is still, like, we're the last generation that really has that, and it's a weird feeling.
It's true. And actually, my mère, my grandmother, had a phone on the wall that still had, like, a rotary dial. I remember the rotary dial.
When I was a kid, yeah.
My grandmother still had a rotary dial phone, and so, you know, you'd have to learn.
We were the last generation that
yeah.
got to even see those.
Yeah.
Weird. So she gets he gets the number off of the phone, but she admits she heard her husband talking to Linda at one point, because they're basically like, well, have you ever, like, was there weird... She was like, I didn't think that he was doing anything. I heard him once talking to some woman on the phone, I thought.
Yeah.
But then I picked up the phone, because fucking landlines, and there was just static. There was no other thing. Like, there was no sound in there. And they were just like, well, yeah, but do you, like, who do you think it could be? She's like, there was nobody. Like, why the fuck are you asking me about this? Like...
Yeah. I mean, listen, I feel like I want to talk about this now, even though we haven't, like, revealed what is happening in the episode.
Sure.
But you're listening to this episode. It's not a spoiler within this episode.
Yeah.
I think has to be the rule here.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. He's getting a call. We learned people are getting calls and messages from dead relatives, right?
Yeah.
We already talked about it off the top.
Yeah.
So the misdirect in the beginning scene is that we think the guy's cheating, and then he says, I'll see you soon.
Yes.
And you realize this person is dead.
Yeah.
So it must be someone, like, from before his wife.
Yeah.
That he's never talked about.
Yeah.
She doesn't clue in and go, like, Linda. Oh, well, who's a significant Linda my husband might be, like, talking to himself about?
Yeah.
Like...
I mean, maybe he killed her.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, God. Oh, shit. I mean... That would be weird stuff to leave on the table.
I mean, I'm just saying, like...
But you know what I mean? Isn't it
Yeah.
kind of like, even if he killed her, he would still say, like, oh, my wife, Linda, like...
Or it's just an ex-girlfriend or something.
I guess, but he says, I love you more than anything. Like, it really, like, it makes me feel like he's in a second marriage.
Yeah.
It's just funny that the wife is like, I don't know who the fuck Linda is.
Yeah.
Like, but that's not a thread that goes anywhere.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like a deceit. Like, we don't uncover more deceit or anything. It's
Yeah, I couldn't find anything that would specify that there was maybe part of the story that was cut out or anything like that. But
it just struck me as funny. I was like, really? Like, is she playing dumb or like?
yeah. Yeah, that's weird. Oh, Linda was our third. Like,
I'm coming.
So they go back to their motel room and they figure out that Linda died in a car accident with the man who shot himself. So there you go.
Yeah, but again,
Why?
does the new wife not know about Linda?
Yeah. He's just like, oh, I was in that car accident. Don't need to worry about what happened.
Nothing else happened in
Yeah.
that car accident.
Yeah, I was driving.
Yep, and everyone was fine. Fine.
I love you.
Linda!
So Sam then finds out that the phone number that was calling is over 100 years old.
Yeah, I mean, because, we see that SHA 33, and that's like that old style phone. You know, like if you've ever watched something really old and someone picks
Yeah.
up the phone, they go like, get me Klondike 792. And
Yes.
like where you'd say a word and that was
Yes.
part of the code of the number or whatever. Like,
Yeah. Every time Linda called, she said, "Ahoy hoy."
it's kind of funny to reference something like that.
Yeah. So they decide they're going to visit the phone company because they're like, how can we like search a number that is over 100 years old?
The phone company.
Yes.
Yeah.
A phone company.
It's funny that they like deliberately avoid even naming the
Yes.
company. Like
Yeah.
later when they're going around, they're like, we're from the phone company.
Yeah, not Bell or Telus.
Or whatever. Yeah.
So they are taken to the basement of the phone company by Clark Adams, the manager.
Yeah.
We meet Stewie Myers, a seedy tech downloading porn on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, and he's like, he looks like sick. Like, there's fast food wrappers and shit all over his desk. He's like sweating. He looks like ill. And he's essentially about to furiously masturbate in the workplace.
Which is bad.
Like, they walk in and he's like very lazily like closing all these pop-ups. He's like, I don't know how this got on here.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Not like Command Escape or something. Yeah,
Or like shut down the monitors.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, I don't.
I guess I should probably turn this off. When being introduced to Clark by Clark to Stewie, it is revealed that Sam and Dean had used the aliases Mr. Campbell and Mr. Raimi. Bruce Campbell is best known for starring as Ash Williams in the Evil Dead franchise created by Sam Raimi. Bruce Campbell is also one of Kripke's original choices to play John Winchester.
Oh, that's right. That's come up before.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is perfect for it. Bruce Campbell might have been like too much of a wink.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I
Where
agree.
You just like, you'd be like, when is he going to say groovy?
Yeah.
You'd be like waiting for it.
Well, especially because they're just like, Dad, and he's like, hey, kids.
Yeah. You know, and like, would they really have been able to resist like giving him a chainsaw? Or, like, you know, like shit like that. Like,
It would have gone too far in the camp.
it would have
I
been a
think.
little too winky, I think.
Yeah. Dean tells the tech that the platinum membership at bustyasianbeauties.com is worth every penny.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is, yeah. They hand him the phone number. They're like, we need you to pull up like the record of this phone number. And he's like, it's like ancient.
Yeah.
What? No, like it's not, no one's making calls on it. They were like, well, how about you check it? He's like, how about busy? It's like, I don't know. You're talking smack a lot for a guy who looks like he's forgotten his medication.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And Dean basically threatens him and just says like, hey, like, I saw all this porn on here, like in the workplace. Like, there's a ton of violations here. Don't make me like bring this up the chain.
So the guy pulls it up and he's like, oh, holy shit! Like this number is making a lot of calls recently to a bunch of different.
He's like, I can't figure out where it's coming from, but I can show you where it's gone.
Yeah.
So he finds that it's been used in like 10 different houses in the past 2 weeks. So Sam decides that, all right, it's time to go to this house.
Yeah.
So he gets a rental car and goes there asking if they've received any strange phone calls. The dad denies the calls, but the daughter acts suspicious. She goes outside to talk to Sam after he leaves, and Sam turns on the sympathetic charm to admit to her that she's been getting calls from her mother, who's been dead for 3 years.
Right.
Dean calls and tells Sam that he met a woman who's been getting calls from her husband who died in Korea.
Right. Oh, Dean specifically says he talked to this old woman who's having phone sex with her husband who died in Korea. Which
Yes.
I love. I mean, just the conceit of it, where it's like, Roger, I haven't heard from you in 60 years. What are you wearing?
Yeah.
He's just like...
Yeah, and then you pull up your top like I got from that one Korean girl in Shore Leave. Okay. Dean says the town is turning into Spook Central.
I pushed the roast beef dinner off the table and turn off Leave It to Beaver.
Close the photos of our grandkids.
It's so funny. Oh, I really like that.
Yeah. Dean says the town is turning into Spook Central, which is a callback what Ray Stantz says in Ghostbusters 1984.
Oh, yeah.
After he hangs up, Dean gets a call and is shocked to find it's John Winchester.
Yeah. Dean.
Huh? Daddy?
Daddy?
Oh, Daddy, is that you?
We can't do this. We can't do that.
Daddy, what are you wearing?
Yeah. I died in Korea. Tell me about your junk.
Yeah, that's the thing they never mentioned is that this ghost only does sex calls.
That would be so funny. That would be so funny. Just a really specific thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he harasses you with phone sex calls. God.
Dean, what are you wearing that jacket?
It's
pretty hot in here.
If I remember correctly,
Yeah.
in Supernatural, they never deal with sex ghosts, which is a mark against this
Oh,
show,
yeah.
but a mark for Doom Patrol.
Yes. That's very true.
Yeah.
Dean, is your brother around too?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Dean,
I'm already in hell. What else are they going to do to me?
come with me.
Oh, no.
I mean, come to me.
Near.
Near. Inside. I mean, shit.
Jesus Christ. It's so fucked up.
Dean tells Sam about the call and asks what he should say if he calls back.
Yeah.
Sam suggests hello. And Dean gets very mad.
I mean, to be fair, Sam is not helpful in this episode. Sam's given a lot of fucking nothing.
Yeah. He's just like, I don't know, hello? It's like,
Jesus, Sam.
Sam's got real, like, idiot boyfriend energy where it's just like, it's like, honey, like, I'm dealing with this, like, tragedy in my family, and it's, what do you think I should do? It is just like, feel better.
But I think he's just being, like, kind of, like, standoffish about it, because he's like,
There's no way it's fucking dad.
also, it's like, you dragged me away from researching
To Ohio.
You dragged me away from researching how to get you out of your deal, and now you think this ghost call is dad who has a way out of the deal?
Yeah.
Like, you idiot. Like,
So, yeah, Dean gets mad and leaves. He comes back later to find Sam hasn't had any luck on research. Dean shows him a pamphlet about Thomas Edison. While explaining to Sam about Thomas Edison's birthplace, Dean pronounces the town Milan, Ohio, as like Millon.
right.
But the actual pronunciation is Milan.
It is? It's
Yeah.
Milan?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I know. When I first read it, I thought it was like Milan, but it's
Or like Milan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, it's Milan.
Milan.
I mean, it's probably a mispronunciation. My guess is.
No.
Yeah, as we know, America is classically great at pronouncing foreign names.
I mean, God, us too.
Yeah, fair.
We called it Toronto
All right. I mean, sure.
instead of, what is it, like Garanta or something like that?
There's a street back home that everyone calls Puri,
Okay.
and it's Pierre.
Oh, jeez.
The entire town calls it Puri.
But fucking, Windsor is like there's a French Canadian pocket in Windsor. If
Yeah.
anywhere should pronounce Puri.
Yeah, it's also Olette instead of Willette.
We can't talk about this right now.
I mean, to be fair, Detroit, it should be Detroit, but
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Because it's at the Strait.
yes. So funny. So they go to the museum and endure an annoying tour guide using quoting fingers in order to see Edison's spirit phone, which he supposedly used to communicate with the dead.
Yeah. I do kind of like it's funny that it never becomes a thing in the episode because the setup is like this is Edison's last invention.
Yeah.
And when you say like the last something, then you're like, oh fuck, it was the
I
final
know.
form. Like everything in his life was building to this.
It does feel
then-
like a misnomer. Like it
and
feels
then
like a bad move for the show.
Nothing happens with it.
No.
Like they don't even like take it to test it. They just
Yeah.
kind of look at it and go like, it looks like junk, and they go like, all right, and they leave. Like
I know it's such like a cool setup to be not used at all. Like it feels like
it feels like that should just be it.
Yeah, like they should.
It should just be a ghost. Like I like the general premise of the episode with the crocata thing better,
Yes.
but it like then why have this in?
Yeah.
I feel like this is just not serving the episode.
No, I agree. It's also for me it feels cooler, but
Yeah, I mean, I like that it's not just ghost phone because we fight ghosts a lot.
yeah.
I like that there's another monster.
Sure.
But why bring this thing in and then just be like, "Meh."
Yeah,
Because
literally.
we've already set up Samuel Colt knew about demons, and so this Colt is now a mystic object. So
Yeah.
like, why can't we also say like Edison knew about shit?
Yeah.
And so now we have this like, it almost feels like you're on the verge of like, oh no, a bunch of people
Yes.
through history knew about this shit.
It would be so cool.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's such a missed opportunity.
I never really thought about it too much the first time around about the missed opportunity of that, but yeah, now I'm a little bummed.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
Yeah.
It kind of bummed me out.
Yeah,
I also like the tour guide who's like, we're walking, we're not
God, I would immediately leave that to her. It's
we're
like,
not touching that, we're walking.
Get fucked.
I also kind of into it.
I mean, we don't have time to go.
I mean, I showed you that TikTok account, the tour guide one, the sexy tour guide.
Oh yeah, no, I was a flight attendant, right?
No, it's like a Disney.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's the Disney. Yes, you did. Yeah.
Yeah. Like y'all get into your seats and we're gonna have a bumpy ride today.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that's true.
100% into that. I don't know what that comes from, but definitely, yeah, I'm into that.
Fair.
That's a thing that I like.
I get it, man. Jesus.
I think let's really I really want to trod this territory. So Sam gets nothing on the EMF, and they ask why it should start working now. Why would this phone suddenly, now it's existed
Yeah.
here for so long, like why would this suddenly work? So they kind of just leave, and yeah, it's literally just dropped. It's sort of a nothing moment. It's like they needed a few extra minutes on this episode.
it's weird.
So while Sam is sleeping, Dean gets another phone call from his dad. Hey, dude, you up? Where are you wearing pajamas?
Only a phone sex ghost.
Yeah, you should come to me. Are you wearing dungaroos?
Were you gonna say dungarees?
No, I said yeah. I was gonna say dungarees.
Are you in dungarees?
Yeah.
Hey, Dean, how are your dungarees?
Yeah. I'm not an Australian ghost. I mean,
Oi.
I'm your dad. Shit. Pants, is that what you call them?
Is that what? Jesus Christ. Yes, he gets another call from Ghost Dad.
He asks Dean why he made the demon deal and that he has a way for him to get out of it.
Right.
He tells him that the demon holds the contract and is there with him. So
the
in hell.
No, he says the demon's here. Like he's like in town.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah, he's in town.
He's saying like, Dean, this is your shot.
Yeah, I can get you to him.
Yeah.
Lainey, the girl Sam spoke to earlier, is on the computer now.
Have we talked about that?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's the one, remember she like talks to him outside after?
No, I remember who she is, but have we mentioned
Yeah.
Sam went to the...
Yeah. Because it was
That he went
very
to
quick.
the house.
Yeah. And the dad was like nothing, and the girl was looking weird, and then they went out back outside.
I know what that happened, but
Well,
did we say it?
Yes.
Okay.
We 100% said it.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's in my notes. I promise you I read it. So, Lainey, the girl Sam spoke to earlier, is on the...
we didn't mention.
We did. Is on the computer and starts getting IMs from her mother.
Yeah, that's an interesting... I mean, I know they say off the top, phones, computers, things are going haywire in the town, but for me, I kind of forgot about that, and I was just like, it's phone related.
Yeah, what now? It's
and then it was like, oh shit,
it's online.
It's instant messenger.
Uh-oh.
That was also a real throwback for me.
Yeah,
an old instant messenger screen.
Man, I lived on those.
A lot of us did.
Yeah,
that's where all of like the big drama happened.
Oh yeah, ICQ.
Well, MSN was the big one.
Oh, MSN Messenger. Yeah.
A lot of that. You know, people would like change the like what song they're listening to. Yeah. You'd be like, oh fuck, they're breaking up.
Yeah.
And it was like all the drama happened on IM.
The like crazy names with the capital and lowercase letters.
Oh
and, like,
yeah. Or someone would just put up. They would be like, Brittany, you know what you did, Tom.
Oh
and
yeah.
Be like, oh shit.
Oh my god. Just like sitting with people, like waiting for the messages to come through, and I spent a lot of times in front of gigantic monitors, like with friends, like listening to music and waiting for messages to come through.
Definitely
crazy. So her mom says that she wants to see her. The screen goes black suddenly, and the ghostly image of her mother appears in the monitor.
Yeah,
like standing behind her.
She says, like, I want to see you, and she's like, I went to the cemetery. She's like, that's not what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, and then
weird that she said it so spookily.
Well, that's how I like heard it.
That's not what I mean.
That's what I mean. But yeah, you see her in the reflection, and that's really fucked up.
Yeah, it freaks her out. She
turns off the monitor and kind of backs up, and then it turns itself back on, and
it just writes over and over again, "Come to me."
Yeah, like the Matrix.
Yeah,
just like green text over and over, kind of thing.
Very spooky. Then we cut away. Now Dean is on the computer, and Sam comes in telling Dean about Lainey. And he's like, oh, nothing. I wasn't. These just popped up. Dean shows Sam weather reports where electrical storms have been everywhere that they have been over the last 2 weeks, and the demon is following him.
And Sam is kind of like, that's a little circumstantial.
Yeah. He's just like, I don't.
He's like, I don't remember there being storms and shit.
Yeah, and he's questioning an exorcism that Dean says that he has that can kill a demon.
Here's my question. Sam very pointedly says, I don't remember there being storms.
Yes.
Is that meant to imply that even the info Dean is finding online is faked? That in the way that this thing can get into phones and get into instant messages and shit, is it also fucking with what he's even looking and pulling and researching?
Yeah, Sam says #fake news.
Yeah. Yeah, he goes, I only get my demon news from Breitbart.
Yeah. So that's where the truth tellers are.
Jesus.
He also tells Dean that he and Bobby already checked it out, and there's no proof that
he said it's definitely an exorcism,
works.
But there's no proof that it kills a demon, because that's the thing that the John Ghost told Dean, is that this is an exorcism that will kill a demon, not just send it back to hell.
Yeah.
And Sam's just like, it just doesn't, like, this isn't checking out, man.
Yeah. Dean says he's waiting on the next call from Dad to find out where to get the demon. Sam goes to leave, and Dean berates him for not wanting to help. Sam says they have no proof he's going on blind faith and begs him not to go anywhere until he's back.
Yeah.
Sam tells Dean that he's going to go to Lainey's house. Dean replies, oh, yeah, great. You go hang out with... Oh, yeah. Ugh. You go hang out with Jailbait.
Like, Jesus, Dean, you're kind of playing your cards a little too much here.
Yeah.
That you're like the only thing you think about.
Just watch out for Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen is a TV journalist from Dateline NBC from 1992 who hosts a part of the show called To Catch a Predator.
Yeah. I
Dirtbag Dean.
It's a real Dirtbag Dean moment, but then also it made me so uncomfortable in the scenes where Sam is with Lainey, because they're just in her house, and I'm like, is her dad like not there? Like, if he comes home, like, everything
Yeah.
about this is like, I know Sam is there nobly. Like, I'm not worried about the situation, but I'm
The
worried
optics
about
of
the
it.
optics of the situation.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, this is not good.
But also, like, why would Dean make a comment like that unless he was in some part thinking about?
Well, but that's what I mean. It's in Dean's head.
Ugh.
You know, like, that's gross.
Ugh, I forgot that was even a term, honestly, until I turned it on this. I was like, oh yeah,
Ugh.
boy,
Yeah.
because it's like also then it's like bait. So she's trying to bait him in some way.
Well, the idea was like, of course I ended up in jail. I'm supposed to resist this
Ugh.
bait. Like, that's the fucking
Ugh.
gross shit about it.
yeah, I don't like. Ugh,
Yeah.
ugh.
You would do it too. I'm just
Yeah.
a dude. Like,
yeah.
it's gross shit.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Real bad. Sam talks to Lainey at her house. At the same time, her brother receives a phone call from their mother on his toy phone.
Which I guess is like a direct
Yeah.
reference to
exactly
the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that same time, Dean gets a call from John. I also like the idea of this, like, Crocata's like running two phones out at once. He's like,
Yeah.
at one point, he's just like,
Hello.
Dad? Shit.
Sorry, wrong phone.
I'm your mom. Come to me.
Yeah, I do think that's pretty funny. It's just in a room full of phones. And he's also on fucking IM and shit.
Yeah.
He's just like, shit.
God, this is so much more work than
I
just
gotta
being
put
in the
up
woods.
a fake meteorological website too.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this.
Oh, how do you is it position fixed for this? It's IMG : quotes shit. How do you make it? How do you hyperlink this HTML? Fuck.
This whole operation's coming apart at the seams.
Yeah. I really missed that HTML5 day. Jesus. Lainey tells Sam her mother wanted to take all her dad's sleeping pills and told her to come to her.
Yeah.
Sam is stunned and tells Lainey that's not her mom. Dean pulls up in front of a house and gets out his duffel bag. Sam tells Lainey not to use the phone or the computer, but they then discover that Lainey's brother is missing.
Yeah, and then you cut to just this kid just like Stonewall walking across this busy street, like fucking Frogger, just like going.
Some real truck bait.
Yeah. Yeah, that kid is truck bait. Jesus.
It's not actually bad.
Technically, he's also jailbait, just for a different crime.
Oh no!
It's just a different crime.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It doesn't-
What? I wasn't supposed to hit that kid.
Yeah. Look how small he is and not paying attention.
I'm driving this big ass truck.
Yeah, he's begging for it.
Jesus. Oh, I don't like this. Uh-oh.
Dean goes into a house and pours holy water and paints a devil's trap.
Yeah, he's doing the demon prep thing that we've seen them do.
Yeah.
Yeah. This kid ends up like in the street, this giant. It looks like a residential street, but then there's this giant fucking 18-wheeler comes out of nowhere, and Sam swoops in and saves the kid.
Yeah. Sam calls Dean and tells him it's a crocata they're dealing with. Dean mentions...
Yeah, and I think it's Sam clues in because of the thing that Lainey said, that this like thing is... the thing said, "Come to me," and Sam was like, "What did it? What it exactly said that?"
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah.
So he calls Dean. And he's like, "It's a crocata. They mimic human voices.
Yeah.
They feed on your soul. They like blah blah." blah. And Dean
There's
goes like,
flies around
and
them.
Dean on the phone says like, "Aren't they filthy? The flies from the disgusting guy at the phone company."
Yeah.
And Sam's like, "Shit, all right."
Yeah.
And so Sam goes to the phone company.
Yeah, and confronts
To the
tech.
phone company.
Yes, to a phone company.
Redacted.
Yeah, to insert name phone company. He confronts the tech in the basement, basically pushing him up against the wall, holding a knife to his throat, threatening to kill him. Suddenly, the boss, Clark, comes from behind.
He's out in the parking lot. He like kind of sees the guy
that's right.
leave and
Yeah,
he follows him out. And yeah, Sam like is behind him, like pushes him up against the car. He's like, I know what you are. I know how to kill you. And the guy's like, I don't know, man.
If you have a problem with your phone, I can help. Like,
it's good
don't
moment.
kill me, man. Don't kill
The
me.
manager comes and like hits Sam with a baseball bat.
And he's like,
Guy's-
yeah, fuck that guy.
like,
Way to
yeah.
go, Clark.
And then Clark kind of gives him a look, and baseball bats him too.
Yeah. I mean, the way that he looks at him and then the angle and the force in which he used that bat, like, I don't think he would have survived that hit.
Yeah, it's possible. I like that this is the second episode in a row where we end up in a scenario where Sam and someone else are tied to chairs facing each other, and Sam has to watch someone die.
Yep. That's not going to fuck him up.
No, he'll be fine.
Yeah. So
Smash cut to us years from now
Yeah.
in later seasons, be like, he's never been fine.
no, we should have seen this coming.
Oh my God.
Sam and the tech are now tied up in the basement, and Clark has a dagger. He kills the tech and shows his spiky teeth and sucks the essence out of him, devouring his soul.
I like the look, like with that the teeth show up and then the jaw kind of like unhinges.
Yeah.
It's a really creepy look.
But why have those teeth if you're just going to suck things? Though?
That's where I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems redundant. It's more
Why
just-
have the teeth if you're just going to be like a foot away and just
Yeah.
Dementor's kiss, get the soul out of the guy after you kill him? Like, it feels like he should be like sinking the teeth like into his face or into his heart or something. And
Yeah.
you should see it like because they should have like a glow effect as he's absorbing the soul. You should just see that shit happening, but the teeth should be functional.
Yeah, guy's getting a real glow up.
Oh, I also think, is this the first episode where we physically see a soul?
Oh, interesting. We can't. No, it couldn't. Maybe.
I think we've talked about souls lots because of demon deals and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I think this is the first episode we see a soul.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But yes, it's a cool design.
No,
it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't like it.
Isn't that what the that fucking Dr. Witch thing did though? Sucked souls out of kids?
Oh, the Striga.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sam figures out the Crocata was on the phone with him impersonating Dean.
Right.
Clark uses his power to call another guy, mimicking his dead daughter, who tells him the guy that killed her is at his house and is going to kill him.
Yeah.
I love it. He's just just 1 second, guys. Hello?
Yeah, it's a double setup.
Yeah. He then tells Sam how he found out all the information about them through phone calls and emails while Sam works on freeing himself.
Yeah.
The show gets real preachy at this moment.
Yeah, it's like, back in the day, I had to wait in the woods, but you had community. You looked out for each other.
Yeah.
Now you stupid fucks are on your phones. No
Yeah.
one gives a shit.
In my day, like this.
It does have a real, like, the dangers of technology.
Yeah.
kind of sort of feel to it.
He says that that people are fools thinking they can delete information.
Yeah, which is, I mean, that's
True.
fair and true.
Yeah.
It is a little preachy, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
So wait, hang on. Yeah, we saw the Crocata
Yep.
move to the thing.
Yep.
Which means this is the other piece
Sure.
I don't fully get.
Mm-hmm.
The Crocata is magically using technology?
Yeah.
It feels like the episode is confused where they're like, oh, wouldn't like in the way we were talking, what's the one with the doctor who's really a something else?
Oh, yeah.
And that one you're like, oh, that monster found a job that makes it easier to do what
Sure,
the monster
yeah,
does.
yeah,
And you're like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
shit, this guy works at the phone company. He has access to records
Mm-hmm.
and old voicemails and stuff. I know we've been joking about it, but I kind of expect him to literally be making those calls. Like, that's part of the hunt.
Yeah.
But he just kind of like touches a panel. It's
Yeah.
like, so magic is doing it? It's like, is that your thing? Because if that's the case, like, did you need to work at the phone company?
Yeah. Can you
Like,
just touch phones?
or just magic in general? Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like blurring the like. There's the idea of, oh, he found the perfect cover.
Yeah.
And then there's also like, but did he need it?
Yeah.
And I think it's just a little blurry. And that was definitely a moment I was like, wait, that's how it's happening? this comes back to what I wanted to say before, which is, how come the phone rang when it was unplugged from the wall?
Yeah, why would he need to work at the phone company?
But then the episode goes out of its way to talk about how it's not a ghost.
Yes.
You know, like,
yeah.
So then it's like, why does he have to work at the phone company? He doesn't need an actual connection to a phone at all.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That it kind of bugged me. I was like, why would you do that?
No, that's fair. That's absolutely fair.
Yeah. He should have just made the call in front of like Sam, like, you know, like gagged him up or whatever, and just been like made the call and be like, well, now Dean's going to have a fucking party. You know, like, yeah.
So we cut back to Dean, and that man that the Crocata was just on the phone with comes into the house where Dean is and shoots at Dean with a shotgun, and they get into a fight.
Yeah.
Clark now is monologuing some more, the Crocata, and Sam breaks free just before Clark goes to stab him. This is the conversation we were having downstairs before we went up here.
Yes.
Which is just like, I struggle sometimes with like, yes, they've considered these things are monsters because they're killing humans.
Yes,
I totally get that. Like, I'm sure like animals, if they had the like thought process.
If they had our like, maybe they do. We just don't understand it.
Fair.
But let's say they speak English or whatever. They could communicate their inner life and their thoughts to us.
They would be like, oh, we are monsters.
Yeah, of course.
We're eating them and killing them.
Of course.
But here's the thing. What we don't do is like monologue at them.
Yeah.
We don't like consider ourselves evil and act evil.
Yeah, your point was that technically this guy is just after dinner.
He just wants to eat.
He's basically like looking at his dinner and going like, you filthy idiot, son of a bitch. Like, it's like, you don't do that to a pork chop.
Oh, I can't wait to just savor your demise. It's like, aren't you just hungry?
Sir, this is a hot dog stand.
Yeah, are you also... like, are there other crocatas that are just, like, normal and they just kill? And is this one the serial killer version of them?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, your point was this guy is, beyond being a monster, evil.
Yes.
But you could just theoretically just be a monster.
Yeah. Like,
who doesn't, like, talk to his food about how, like, he's going to rip into its flesh.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm like,
if you saw someone with a steak going like, I'm going to carve the shit out of that sweet piece of meat, you'd be like, oh, Jesus, like, get that knife away from him.
Yeah, exactly. I ate the rest of your family. Now I'm going to eat you.
It is pretty I'm going to find your brothers and sisters. I'm going to eat steaks out of them. Like,
yeah, I can't wait to have the piglets after this.
It's true. There's like an extra level of deranged.
I'm like, can you just eat your food? Like, stop playing with your dinner. Like, what are you?
Because he's doing like the Bond villain thing of monologuing about how the good old days were better and technology is bad.
Yes.
But also like he's like tracing Sam's hair with the knife and shit. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
eat your food. Like,
if I did that to a carrot, I'd look crazy.
Yeah. Like, it's like, no wonder you have such a hard time finding
this garnish out of your face.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, like,
it's weird.
It is weird.
It's very weird. Because he's a fucking idiot and keeps monologuing, Sam has enough time to break free just before Clark goes to stab him. And
I like the detail that Sam is tied up with like phone cable.
Yes, that is an extra detail that they don't need to. But I like that he just like rips cords out of the wall. He's like, I don't know what these do.
He goes to make the call. He's like, ah, shit.
Oh, no.
Son of a bitch.
No, this... oh, wait. Magic. Now, why am I here?
Never mind.
Oh, fuck. Clark.
I've been working at the phone company for
I didn't even need to do this. It's magic. Oh, God. I was been worried about those papers all week that I...
Clark, you idiot. You spend so much goddamn time menacing your food. You don't...
I've been doing TPS reports for like 2 months.
I could be pursuing a passion.
Yeah. Or eating, because I don't need to do all of this work.
It is very funny.
We then cut to Dean and the other man crashing through French doors, and the man lands on top of a devil's trap.
Yeah. Yeah, Dean and this guy are really fighting hard.
Yeah.
Like, Dean kicks him in the stomach like 6 times.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be that guy.
I also like, to your point, the guy busts in with a shotgun like when he's starting to fight Dean, and you're like, what demon uses a gun?
I mean, yeah, we're super strong, but this is a lot safer than having to like get in the mix. Like I can just shoot someone.
Yeah. Like, hey guys, do you know that we could also use guns?
Yeah. So funny. So Dean then tries to read that exorcism that he had gotten from his dad, the prayer of Saint Benedict of Nursia.
Yeah, and it's not doing anything, and the guy steps out of the devil's trap, and Dean's like, wait a minute. And then the guy's like, did you do this to my daughter?
Yeah.
It's fucked up. He's like, did you do this to my daughter? And Dean's like, oh, I think there's been a mistake.
Yeah. It's
not funny, but he's almost playing a comedy beat there of like fuck.
Yes. Just then we cut back to Sam and Clark fighting over the knife. Sam is pushing his head into like
before we get to this, there's a part of this fight that I don't know if you clocked it, but it made me fully laugh.
Yeah.
They're fighting and whatever, they break apart, and Sam turns around and his hands are out, like fucking Steven Seagal.
Oh yeah,
he does kind of like a.
And it's I didn't even clock that.
And I was like, is that what he does on Walker? I wonder. Is that?
Oh my god!
It's like it makes it. It's almost like he's like, yes, Sam knows Aikido.
I know Kung Fu
or some shit, but then he. Puts his hands up eventually, but he just has this sort of sweeping, like hands out in front. It looks like fucking Seagal. It's really. It made me laugh. I was like, come on, man. You're just a fucking like street fighter. You don't know this shit.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
We don't know that actually. Their dad could have trained them in martial arts.
I don't think anything quite that disciplined, though. Does Dean strike you as someone that has like the inner piece of a karate master?
No, but I feel like maybe the way a UFC fighter trains in a lot of different things, right? It's like I don't think they have inner peace, but I think that they know lots of different martial arts, especially as the seasons go on. Like,
I mean, they become better and better fighters. You're absolutely right that way.
Yeah.
And they've definitely been kind of trained. Like they have some self-defense techniques and things like that. But it was just something about the way he turned around and like the look on his face.
It's definitely the first time that they've like
the way his hands were. I was like, it looked like a kung fu fight, like where it's like break apart, move your hands a bit, then fight again.
Yeah. But there's like a cork board, like what would you call those?
It's like a little like hanger thing that's sticking out of this like message board. It's like where you would like hang a bunch of like clipboards or something.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Little metal, not a spike, but a little metal thing.
Yeah, and Sam's like trying to push his head into one of those.
I don't even think Sam knows it's there.
Oh, he does.
I think they're just struggling with the knife, and then
because he keeps pushing his head, trying to push into it.
I don't think that's what's happening. He's trying to push the knife away from him, and then the guy kind of like moves, and Sam hits him in the head, and the guy goes back and kind of like onto the thing.
Yep.
I don't think Sam knows it's there. I think Sam is also like, oh shit.
Yep. And that's the last time anybody dies like that on this show.
Yep.
So the guy, so the guy dies, the Crocata dies, and we cut back to Dean and the man finishing the fight. Dean tells him that he didn't kill his daughter. The man asks, then why are you here?
And Dean goes, great question.
So, funny story. My dad was sending me sexts, and
yeah, my dad was sexting me.
Told me to come here.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah,
he was sending me sexts,
and I mean, you know, what else am I gonna do?
Yeah,
I'm gonna listen to him.
I'm free on a Friday, so I'm.
We then cut to Sam and Dean meeting up at the hotel, both looking pretty beat up.
My dad was sexting me.
Yeah, my dad sent me ASL on Instant Messenger.
Yeah, it's a eggplant, water droplets, peach.
Yeah. So Sam tells Dean that he was worried. He's sorry that it wasn't Dad that was calling. Dean tells him that you were right. He admits he just wanted to believe it so bad, and he's scared of dying.
Yeah.
He says it was the last act of a desperate man. He can't expect anyone to show up now with miracles, and that the only person that could get him out of this is him. Sam replies, and me.
Yeah.
Dean makes fun of him for.
I do like it's set up like a nice moment. Sam was like, and me. And Dean goes, and me? Pouring out my heart, and all you got is and me. And Sam says, like, what, you want a poem? And he goes, never mind, the moment's passed.
Which is funny because that is also a thing that on a regular episode that would just be something.
That would be the moment.
Yeah.
It's weird to call it out, but it is funny.
Yeah.
I kind of like it, especially because the episode is relatively devoid of humor.
Well, yeah, except
aside from the guy jerking off at work.
Yes. Because that's funny and bad. And people wouldn't do that.
Yeah, we shouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I'll wait for an answer. Otherwise, business as usual.
Yeah, of course.
Sam, they basically then have, how did you describe it? The low light brother bond?
Yeah, they have like a low light brother talk.
Yeah. We need to make sure we keep.
It was pretty romantic.
Yeah.
Well, and that I mean, they don't say this. Dean turns on the TV and like hands a beer to Sam, and you said out loud, time to watch porn together like normal straight brothers.
Zip.
Which I think also maybe implies that we think that gay brothers do that, and I don't think that's true either.
No,
I don't think any brothers do that.
No.
I don't. Okay, listen, write us if you're brothers that watch porn together. That feels like a thing that I think wouldn't happen, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, validate me. And my brothers.
Oh no.
Yeah, come on, Sammy, let's look back at those texts Dad sent.
Let's do a dramatic reading of Dad's sexts. That's so fucking gross. Jesus Christ.
That's the end of the episode. What did you think?
All right. So I've said some of it as we've been going.
Yeah.
First of all, I like that it's a new monster.
Totally.
It's real easy to keep coming back to ghosts and demons and shit. I like that it's a new monster.
Totally.
That's always an immediate kind of bonus for me.
Yeah.
I like the idea, the thing of like a monster in modern times adapts.
Yeah.
So I love the idea of like, oh, it can mimic human voices. It works at the phone company. It has access to everyone's like voicemails. It can learn things about you and then use that against you. And it has access to you through technology. I really liked that shit.
Swipe left for death.
Oh, on Tinder?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You either date them or you put them to death.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's
modern times. Modern
high stakes.
Yeah.
I like all of those things. The episode feels a little lost, though.
Yes.
From small details, like why didn't that guy's wife know who Linda was?
Yeah. If
she's pretty obviously meant to be his first love, died tragically, that he has now moved on from.
But he was in a car accident
he
with.
Would almost certainly have brought it up.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I don't know, he was talking to someone named Linda, not like he was talking to Linda. And
even if you secretly were still in love with that person, you would probably have at some point have had the conversation.
The name has come up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's a very small example of it.
Yeah.
And then all the way up to like, why are we doing the Edison ghost phone misdirect?
Yeah.
For no reason. Because it's not a ghost phone. And not only is it not a ghost phone in this case, it's that the entire thing isn't a ghost phone.
No.
But we've already set up the cult thing. Like there was a potential for like who were like the Illuminati like kind of hunters of yore, you know? Like I think it's both a missed opportunity and a red herring for no reason.
Yeah.
And that kind of bums me out.
Yeah.
And then the magic shit where it's like the whole point of him being at the phone company.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's the access to the thing still, but it's like is the thing about this monster that he can magically make phones ring?
Yeah.
That's not a crocata power. Like the magic things they have are maybe kind of hypnotism or things like that. Like why isn't he like actually making calls? Because we're not actually seeing him mimic.
Yeah.
It's just magic. Like it's almost like he's just like telepathically convincing you've heard the phone.
Yeah.
Where it's like it should be that he picks up the phone. It's like Terminator. You watch him mimic the voice and shit. And then how come the design of him has sharp teeth that he doesn't sink into anything?
Yeah.
Like,
I know it looks cool, but like, what's the value of that?
A lot of this episode is like cool stuff done poorly.
Yeah.
Like, most Supernatural
The
episodes
log line of this podcast.
are so, well, yeah, most Supernatural episodes are pretty tight in terms of like, we did this because we thought this, and you know, like, just all of it. Who knows? Maybe
Feels rushed.
Maybe they designed the monster because they were like, and then he's gonna bite, and then they got to it like shooting on the day, like it's not gonna work, but they don't have time to redesign. Like, stuff comes up.
Yeah,
I get that, but this feels like an episode where a bunch of stuff didn't work.
Yes,
you know, like I like the setup of Dean wanting to believe it's John and shit like that, but a lot of it just feels kind of sloppy to me.
Yes, especially for a Ben Edlund episode, like such a great writer.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Maybe just the bar's been set too high. We've also just come off 3 weeks of episodes we've considered 5s.
Yeah,
I think I'm giving this 3.5 sweaty masturbators.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fine. Like there's fun to be had in there, but it's not a great episode. It's just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wholly agree. When I was doing the notes for this episode, I was like, oh yeah, I think I've seen this once maybe.
Yeah.
Like it is not an episode I return. It's typically one I will, especially because typically when I rewatch the show, I rewatch it with my wife. And so we just sort of like are both watching it. And sometimes I'll skip some or she'll be watching it and I won't be paying attention and doing something else.
Right.
Like, so, and this is one of those ones that I like never really care about.
Yeah.
It's fine, but it feels like we're rushing to the end of this season, and it feels like it was just like thrown together kind of quickly.
Yeah, it seems to be lacking the care and detail of other better episodes of Supernatural.
Totally. Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
It's just, it sticks out like a sore thumb, especially after so many really, really incredible episodes.
I mean, that certainly doesn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Its placement in the season is probably all a mistake.
Yeah.
Because it also feels like we're talking about John again. Like what? Like he's so not even part of the
It almost
conversation.
feels like the John thing should be earlier in the season.
Yeah.
You know, we just saw him, kind of break out of hell and hold Azazel at the end of last season. It feels like if you put that earlier in this season, you'd be like, did he get out with the rest of the demons? But like this, I don't know.
Or throw it in a way later season, and it's just like, oh yeah, John. But like at this point, it's kind of like, yeah, we've got other things we're dealing with right now.
And it just, so much of this episode is, it's a ghost, it's a ghost, it's a ghost, it's a ghost. And then it's like, it's not a ghost. You go like, all right.
Cool. But it doesn't feel like, sometimes with the switch in the show, that feels exciting.
Yeah. And then the other thing is like, the guy at the beginning, it feels like it's been so incessant. He's like, fine, I'll just kill myself to get it over with. But the Crocada's not there.
No.
So does that soul go to waste? Is this guy just dead? And the Crocada doesn't feel like how it feels like the Crocada's method also doesn't work.
No.
You know what I mean? Like he's doing all these IMs to this girl, but like unless he's there to get the soul, presumably the soul moves on.
Yeah.
Before he, it just, I don't even get.
The mechanics don't.
I don't even get. It's not like the hospital thing where there was like an ultimate layer.
Yes.
It's not like the Crocada is like, meet me, and then it goes like, where? It goes like, at the cemetery at my grave, and then he's waiting behind a tree and he goes like, that would be hunting. But like this, it just doesn't make sense.
Had it been like 5 years later, you could have done like a hacking thing where it's like the Crocada's like outside on a laptop, like.
Sure, or something like that, but
or even just like have him like touching the phone lines outside or something.
But again, the magic thing just makes it make less sense.
Yeah,
it's worse. I don't know why they do it.
Yeah, or
it's also less menacing. Him touching a thing versus him picking up the phone and staring at Sam in the eyes and going like, and talking like John. That would be creepy shit.
Yeah.
And it's just, everything about it doesn't work for me.
Or just like send the people somewhere rather than like if you're saying come to me.
I'm actually saying 3. It's bugging me more.
Yeah.
The more we talk about it, the more it bugs me.
Yeah.
It's a sloppy episode.
It's a very sloppy episode.
3 might be generous, but I'm not going to adjust again.
I'm going to say my review of this episode is 2.75 eggplant texts from Dad.
And let me tell you, that's 2.75 too many.
Yeah. I don't know. Showing how much he loves his kids. I don't understand.
I think that's the problem.
Isn't that what eggplant's like? I want to share a eggplant parmesan dinner with you. Isn't that what that means?
Oh, you sweet summer child. Sweet summer child and your specific eggplant parmesan thoughts.
Yeah. It's not.
Such a weird specific.
All right. Well, that is it for this week. If you have a note about this episode, something we may have missed, a past, future episode even, we've gotten some great messages lately. Definitely want more of those. Or you just want to talk to us about how much you love the show or just this podcast, you can send us an email.
Yeah, ghostfacerspodcast@gmail.com.
Or you can reach out to us on all of our social media platforms.
Yeah, at ghostfacerspod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Don't forget to subscribe so that you can get our episode automatically every single week inside your feed without even having to download it.
That's right.
And give us a 5-star review. Those really, really help us. We love getting those 5-star reviews. And if you send one to us, if it's on the Apple Podcast platform, then we'll just get it automatically. Anywhere else, just send a photo and maybe email it or DM it to us somewhere.
I think we did get one on Facebook. So
did we?
Have to put that on.
Oh, we definitely have to do that. Yeah. And then we will read it on a future episode. So you want to make sure you do that. And it really helps us out.
Yeah.
Also, we've got merch, baby.
Oh, yeah. Cha-ching.
Yeah. I'm wearing a piece right now. I love the way it looks.
It looks good.
Ghostfacers, podcaststore.com. And you can order today. And if you want even more support for us, you can.
Yeah. How much support do you want for us?
Yeah. I think you want as much as possible.
Yeah.
You want to burst at the seams of support.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Fill us.
Yeah. Drown us with support.
Good Lord.
Yes. Put support on our neck and press down.
Oh.
Crush my... Hold on. I'll figure this out.
Go on.
Crush my support.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Support can sit on our face. It's so gross. We're the dirtbag deans.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. Cable toss us a review with your supportive giant arms.
Yeah. Let's just say it's real support bait.
Oh, no. Yeah, this podcast is real.
Podcast is real support bait.
It's review bait.
It's review bait. That's so bad. Oh, Lord.
We've got another podcast that you should listen to.
We do. It's the Dr. DC podcast.
Award-winning podcast.
Award-winning Dr. DC podcast.
Yeah.
It's all about DC Comics and superheroes and talking about the lore of those things. A lot of magic and monster stuff comes up there, too. But if you like how we talk about like how the world functions in Supernatural, it's basically the same thing over there. You don't need to know about comic books. It's just a fun time for everybody.
Say goodbye, bitch.
Jerk.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.